that sour face?
Alrighty then, it's time to go.
Oh, loud.
Oh,
Remember,
all right.
I'm next to you.
I must have got too much
Oh
rest
my
last night
gosh.
because I actually shaved before the program. Didn't take a bath. Don't tell anybody. It's only been 3 days. Not a big deal.
Oh my God.
No, no, it's only been 1 day. At any rate, you're tuned in. You are plugged in. You're tuned in. You're wired in, and you're ready to rumble. All that beautiful stuff. And why do we say that? I'm going to ask you that big question. Do you, RobLynn, live? I'm going to shout it loud. Do you, RobLynn, live? All right, Oliver Fonte, I know you do. I heard you refer to us today. Attaboy. Thank you, sir. All right, Ash, do you, RobLynn, live? That's the next question of the night. Ash Mafara, do you, RobLynn, live? I know you do on the replays. All right, let's get after it tonight before I get too far out of control. It's day 563. That's right. You heard it. 563 consecutive RobLynn live broadcasts. Very nice.
Knock on wood.
Yes. It's Saturday, the 9th day of March, 2024. And for those of you in the United States, Canada, Mexico, and a few other places around the globe, daylight savings time is coming to a theater near you. Well, here in Florida, tonight at 2 a.m., that's 0200 hours for us military guys. Turn the clocks ahead. 2's going to be 3. So if you've got an 8 o'clock flight, don't be late. I've done that. I've done that. I was flying from Houston here. I didn't set my clock forward, and I missed the boat. Not the boat. I missed the plane. I missed the only plane out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, to bring me home to Florida. I missed the sucker because of daylight saving time. So if you were asking me, I'd say we all need to be on standard time around the world. You didn't ask me, and I'm not being political, Joe Biden. Let's get after it, man. We need standard time around the globe.
Well, they keep saying they're going to do it, but it's never.
It's just like the weather. Everybody
year.
Talks about it, but nobody does a damn thing about
Every
it.
year, it's just this
Same
will be the
old
last
crapola.
year. We have the standard time and daylight time, and then nothing happens. The next year, they say, okay, this is going to be the last year. So now I just gave up. I figure, when it's done.
We'll never give up, but you're not going to change it, nor am I.
I know.
All right. Now, if you're not in ONPASSIVE yet, don't miss the freaking boat. All you got to do is go to RobLynnLive.com. Cha-cha-cha. That'll get you to Lynn's registration page. You can choose an O-mail. You can have an O-mail, and you can have an O-trim and O-net. If you want to be socially acceptable, you need to be an ONPASSIVE. I'm telling you now. Now that I have this Sharpie, I'm going to start shaking it at everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go. So now you know how to get registered in Lynn's organization.
I just want to say that John Barilla says, Richard Lamott, my evil twin, says, bite him.
Uh-oh.
And then let's see. And then we have Richard Lamott, he responds. I got to just scroll down. I saw him respond. Good to have you here, Richard, by the way.
Yes, indeed you do.
He says, I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart. That is his moniker.
Right back at you, Richard.
And he said, may God's healing hands touch all those who are sick or suffering. Thank you. It's good to have you back, Richard.
Yes, it is. We love you, brother.
We miss you so much.
Bite me, Richard. All right. Mad Hatter's going to get after it right now, right here for you. Here we go. Day 563, Saturday, 9 March, 2024. You've got RobLynn Live and Ollie.
The Wonder Dog.
Ooh, doggies. Let's get after it. Oh, today at 8 a.m. Why isn't this motoring up? No periscope. Oh, there. Woo, there it went. All right, 8 a.m. today, Eastern Standard Time, only for today, Eastern Standard Time. We had OES India with Sifu Francis And the professor, I'm telling you, the professor did a fine job of translation.
Rudra Prasad.
Mr. Prasad, Dr. Prasad.
Rudra
Prasad.
Prasad.
Excellent job. Thank you for doing that, sir. It made Hindi that much easier. I was following right along after he translated, of course.
Good job.
All right. All right. Now, that was at 8 a.m. We had Tay, also known as Sifu Francis Tay. We had Chris Tiazone. And in the beginning of the show, we had Michelle Comstra talking back-to-back basics. Let's get back to basics about migration, about everything that goes with migration. Where else do you get that but right here on the OES network, closely associated with the RobLynn Live Network, I might add.
Supported by.
We do
RobLynn
support.
Live.
Woo, Dougie's. She's here tonight. All right. 10 a.m. brought us live with Marty and Chris. They both sounded like they needed a hospital bed, but they were up and doing their thing. At 11 a.m., along came nobody because Red Redfern caught the cold somehow that Mo and Joe had. So no Red Redfern today. There won't be any Red Redfern tomorrow. Look for Jane Redford, and the one and only, you know him as Red. His name is Richard. Richard Red Redfern will be here on Monday with Monday Fun Day. It's always fun. Then at 12 p.m., along came Comfort Confor. And who did she bring in as guest? The O-Tech Pros, as usual. And that included Collins Manna today, Vincent Ete today, and the We Are Fine guy, Oliver.
Fun day.
That a girl. All right. So they had a rather lively discussion about what's going on within ONPASSIVE. They also took questions, which was pretty cool. So that was today at 12, and now it's 8 p.m. And in the meantime, in between 12 and 8 p.m., there have been quite a few decades worth of webinars and chats.
Today we had
Check your
42.
42. I was just going to say that. It's in my notes. 42. That's 42 webinars and chats. That's an awful lot of ONPASSIVE in one day, don't you think?
A lot of webinars.
Woo, 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 woo. All right. Now, today we've got a topic, and our topic today is languages and AI. Compliments of Sifu Francis Tay, because he realized that I'd already done the topic probably a month ago that I was going to do tonight. We were going to do tonight. Yeah. So thank you, Sifu Francis Tay.
Sifu and Chris.
And Chris, they both brought, and Chris had a complete list. So I, rather than make a complete fool out of myself, I had the Sifu give us a topic. And so that's where we get languages and AI. Going to have a sip, and then I'll be right back with you.
Thank you all for being here. We have a nice crowd in the YouTube live stream, by the way. We now have 42 folks. Oh my, that's a lot.
And how many are joining us right here on live and we on OConnect?
We got 47.
Wait a minute. We're up to 89 already. We haven't even kicked this shindig off.
Yeah, it's a good turnout.
89. One cow, one calf and a half. One cow, one calf and a half. Let's have the one cow, one calf and a half.
Nobody likes that.
I do. Frank Rowe likes it, right, Frank?
No, Frank.
One cow, one calf and a half.
No, Frank, don't.
And now that I got my pointer and my one cow, one calf and a half.
Do not encourage him to do cow and a calf and a half.
All right, no cow, one calf and a half.
No,
we're not going to do that.
No.
All right. Please pray for. Oh, I want to tell you a little bit more about what's happening tonight. Do we have a couple of our deaf community here tonight, or just one? For signing, or do we have no one tonight?
I don't know. It's formulating now. We'll know a little bit later. Right now, we're waiting to see who wants to do it. If there's nobody, then we just don't have it. You know?
Or you do it. You could always teach sign.
Yeah, I could, but I think it's nice to have the deaf do it.
I'd rather them as well.
I think that's better.
All right, so we'll have maybe a bit of signing and a song by the Tin Man. You got to love that. So John will be along with a song. Please pray for Ashmafar, his lovely wife Ashmahan, the boys Omar and Yusuf, as well as the tech media and support staff around the globe for their good safety, continued safety, I should say, and good health. Also, please send out your love, light, and prayers to those you may know of or know who are ill or injured tonight. We'd like to mention by name someone who we're very familiar with as a result of knowing Delisa Christie. Tonight we keep Scott, a dear friend of Delisa Christie's, who I believe she rescued from a bad situation.
He was homeless, and
that's pretty bad.
She took him in. She cares for him. She's the caretaker.
She's the caretaker for him.
What a good soul, huh? Take someone in that you don't even know and care for them, you know.
That says a lot about her. And Axel, are you watching tonight? Axel, I want to see those paws up on top of that credenza. Axel and Annabelle.
And she said, Axel, you know, dogs have a sense, right? And Axel knows something's not right. So she said he didn't sleep. So she knows that Axel senses something's amiss.
All right. Well, prayers out to you, Scott, if you're listening in. If you're not listening in, I'm sure Delisa is. He's fighting a bout with stage 4 kidney failure, which I hope it's just one kidney and they can do something about it with a kidney transplant. That would be wonderful if it's available. He is a founder and he needs our prayers. So, as you've prayed for people in the past, pray for Scott, please, for him when you can. All right?
Please. You all. Thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you for listening. We appreciate that. We have a few announcements tonight. Oh, yeah, we do. Our OConnect subscriptions, get ready for this. This is the first webinar you're probably hearing this on, or first chat, or second or third, but we know we're getting to it early. Our OConnect subscriptions have been extended. Yep, you heard it right here. Extended 10 more days until March 20th. March 20th.
March 20, I know someone expires the 21st, so it varies, I think, where you live, what country you're in.
Right, but the majority of people, it
20.
was the 20th.
Yeah.
It'll be the 20th.
I think in the Western world, it's the 20th. Those who are in Asia, maybe the 21st, like something like that. But just check your OES, look under the my subscription.
That's the best and easiest place
and
to see
it will
it.
tell you the date it extends to, and the start date and the end date.
And it's likely on the top line, so it's not like you got to scroll
No,
through
it's
everything
right
in
there
your
at the top.
subscription page.
It's at the top.
It's at the top. So stay tuned for more details as we get them right here at the RobLynn Live Network. Guess who's going to get them next? You guys. So we're happy that we can bring that to you. Are we happy that there's a 10-day extension? Yes and no. Yes, because that just means they've got something else to work on, and no, because we're ready to rumble.
Yeah.
I was going to do my my Ric Flair, but I don't know if my voice can handle Ric Flair
okay.
tonight.
Mel Macano says prayers also for.
Not so good.
Mel Marcano says prayers also for Mark, Jean Oliva's friend. So people here are probably familiar with Mark. He appeared on Chris Johnson's former webinar, the Obelisk webinar, as a guest, and we got to know Mark and we got fond of him. So Jean Oliva has been keeping tabs.
Been through a lot, and he's got a big heart. So that's good stuff. That's a good combination.
Pray for Mark, you know. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for Jean bringing that to all our attention.
That was Mel.
Oh, Mel did. Okay. Sorry about that, Mel. I don't call on you. Then I say someone else brought us the information.
And so
I'm going to give myself the hook.
Most of the folks in our webinar chat are saying theirs is till the 20th.
Right.
Connect is through the 20th. So
Okay.
Good to know.
Migration without hesitation, folks. Sign the NDA and affiliate agreements. Check out the OnPassive YouTube channel. Check out the OnPassive newest website. It's a dandy again. They went back to basics, just like Sifu Francis did today with his description of what you need to do to get migrated. Now, we shouldn't be talking about that after 5 years, okay? But here we are, still talking about it. So if you haven't migrated, get after it, folks. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Please. Appreciate that. That's coming from the Mad Hatter. All right. So, and Mr. Mohammed William Nazal has a blog, has I call it a notepad that he puts up on X, which is the former Twitter. So look for Mohammed William Nazal there on Twitter. He's our in-house representative for ONPASSIVE. All right. That's because he's in the media department. What else? All right. Log into the OES regularly and check your proficiency. Check your profile for accuracy. Boy, I put all those words together and came up with proficiency. Okay, check your profile for accuracy because for now, that's going to be what's used for O-Verify. Okay, so stand by. Attend the webinar and chat, your choice. Now, there were 42 webinars today, so you do have your choice.
That's a lot. Usually there's like 30 something, but 42,
right.
wow.
42 is a little
And that
mucho.
was earlier today. I'm sure there are more after that.
And hop on an OConnect, just like we're doing. We're on OConnect, and we've got how many on OConnect so far?
We have
180?
44.
44 on OConnect, and how many are on YouTube?
We got 31.
73, not too shabby. No, that wouldn't make sense. 44 and 31 is 75. All right, so there's 75 of you guys hanging with us tonight. Thank you. You're in for a treat with this topic tonight. Attend webinars and chats of your choice. There are plenty today. Hop on OConnect. Know of anyone in need of help? What's the drill? Helping one helps us all. Helping one helps us all. Subscribe to OConnect when you can, because that's how you get paid the big bucks. That's how you make those commissions. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And tonight's topic, languages and AI, or language and AI, however you want to look at it. Ollie's got a question for you like he does every night. And his question is, do you speak more than one language fluently? If so, what is it? So in the chat.
What are your other languages? Some people are multilingual.
Right.
You might say, what are they? It could be more than one language.
All right. So that'll certainly
You'd be surprised. There's people we know that speak 4 or 5 languages.
That's true. I'm happy to get English out when I can.
I know.
All right. All right. Tonight's topic is languages and AI. Did you want to say any special hellos or thank yous before we get?
Well, we want to say thank you to our moderators who are active now in the YouTube live stream. We appreciate them because we don't have to worry, because they are greeting people there and they're watching for trolls, and they do a good job of that. So we want to thank. Right now I see there's Michael Chada there, and I see who else is in there. Michael Chada, Kushal Pegu is there as well. Both of them active. Usually John comes in at the beginning and says hello to everybody. He probably did that as well. So thank you for monitoring our live stream. It's really just reassurance to us that things are okay, so that we can actually focus on our show. We appreciate you guys so much. And I see Tiana here. Tiana from Kauai. We haven't seen her a long time. She's been busy, but I'm happy to see her today. Love you, Tiana.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here's the hello. We'll say hello to Tiana.
I see Cecil too in the live stream. I see him too. Carmela also. She's in the live stream.
All right. Well, let's take, shall we? Let's take first a historical look at AI's journey with language. It began, now get this, in the mid 20th century. So 1950 roughly, 1955-60. The first to test what language is all about was a gentleman named Alan Turing, Alan Turing. And the Turing test was to understand and generate the human language with a machine. Ooh, pretty handy dandy. So Turing's theory was that if a machine could engage in a conversation, like Robbie Robot says, "Hello, Robert, how are you today?" Well, if a machine could do that in a conversation with a robot, the human realizing it was interacting with a robot, therefore artificial intelligence. It could be considered officially intelligence and coming from intelligent people. All right, the first of the now famous machines, and there have been machines that handle machine learning. The first of those, now famous, was developed in 1966, and it was called the ELIZA, which was a natural language processing unit. It had its own computer program, and it was created by Joseph Weizenbaum, which could mimic conversations, but by matching user prompts and that to scripted responses. So, Eliza, come on down, Eliza. Eliza definitely laid the original groundwork for the future of AI and the future of language. Right here, right now. All right. Next up, number 3 is the evolution and breakthroughs. Let's talk evolution. Okay. Let's talk breakthroughs. Let's scroll up for that. The evolution of AI in language became clear with the introduction of machine learning and deep learning techniques. These two methods allow AI systems to learn from the vast amount of data, thus identifying patterns and making decisions with minimal human intervention. Pretty nifty. Coming on along, and we get to a huge moment occurred with the development of sequence to sequence learning models. Woo, doggies, we're getting fancy. And attention mechanisms, which greatly improved the quality of the translation and the text generation. Doesn't sound like you can actually understand it now. So it improved the quality of translation and text. Very nice. And the Google Transformer was the Moder, M-O-D-E-R, was introduced in 2017, which enables more context-aware responses. Pretty neat. Getting a hold of the artificial intelligence. It's absolutely incredible. And then there's ethical and societal changes. What in the world is that buzzard talking about tonight? Well, bias and fairness. AI systems can inherit biases, believe it or not. They can be prejudiced. That might lead to unfair or prejudicial, not presidential, prejudicial outcomes. What do we mean? Then there's job placement. The automation of writing, translation, and customer service tasks could impact employment. Now, when we talk about displacement, that doesn't mean people are out of jobs totally. That just means they're doing something a little different within the AI field. And how cool is that? So we're bringing the people along, like Ayush says, come on along, and it's impacting employment in a positive way, not a negative way. So what do you think of that? All right, am I able to continue?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Okay, then there's that was bias, and now we come to job placement and automation. That's automation of writing, translation, and customer service tasks, which could impact employment. But once again, all it means is people will find something else to do. It might be within the same company. It might be tasked within another company. We don't know. But it is a good thing. And then there's misinformation. Ooh, Ellie. We talked about that earlier and we acted upon it. Misinformation, with AI having the abilities to if AI having the abilities, it does realistic and convincing text to be exploited. In other words, don't have something on the wall, don't have something at the corner of the doorway, because it could get exploited to produce fake news or impersonate people online. And there's a lot of that going on, for sure. Could we highlight Lynn bringing her gun out? Not her gun. How about, what am I talking about? You're not going to bring your gun out, are you? No, I don't think so. Oh, goodness. All right.
So after you're
I had a
done,
misprint. I had a misprint.
That's
Sorry.
fine. That's fine. I did need to bring up prayer request from Gina Lipa about.
Why don't you do that so I can get my act together?
Okay.
Here.
Take a deep breath. Drink some liquid.
Right. I read way ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay. So Gina Leva left us a voice message that Mark is going to be having an interview with CRR. There's a special type of lodging that gives him more independence. So he's being interviewed for that particular special lodging. So she said she would appreciate prayers that Mark can do well on this interview because it will give him a more independence. I think that's something that he longs for. So let's keep him in our prayers, okay? Thank you very much, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, now let's get back on track here. Let me put the gun back in the holster. All right, job displacement, we talked about. It doesn't mean people are going to be displaced from their jobs totally. It just means maybe a little shift to meet up with what we need within AI. Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Then we got to talk about some of the things that can happen, okay, when it comes to AI. Misinformation can be out there. And with AI having the ability, it does, realistic and convincing text can be exploited. In other words, people can hack on in and try to do whatever they're going to do, producing fake news or maybe even impersonate people online. I've heard of that happening for sure. And then, and finally, not quite finally, there's privacy. Privacy. Language models are trained on vast amounts of data. So it might learn that data and it might reproduce it to the private sector. Don't think that's going to happen, especially with ONPASSIVE, especially with us having our own data center.
Yeah, I don't think so. We're in good shape.
So, picture of AI and language, it's bright as a light bulb. It is bright. The development of multi-modeled AI, which can understand and generate text, images, and even video, is on the horizon. Okay, this is all new stuff coming at us, and guess who's in the forefront of all that? You guessed it.
ONPASSIVE.
ONPASSIVE is on it. So, explainable AI, known as AIX, that's a brand new section of this. It's going to bring about more transparency in decision making and understanding the addressing of ethical concerns. So it's kind of like having our own AI police. It's going to police themselves. So with the democratization of AI in language, it ensures that it's going to be available to everybody. Okay? AI in language will be available to everybody. So if you don't speak Spanish, not to worry, AI's got you covered. You don't speak French, parlez-vous français, AI and ONPASSIVE have you covered. So it ensures the benefits of AI in language are accessible to everybody, to all, to everybody. So that is a good thing. All right, now that we've put the guns away and the toys away, and we've gone through our monologue tonight, we'd like to say hello to a few folks, if we may.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to community time, and we'll explain how that's done in just a minute. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We would like to say thank you to Kiana for his super sticker.
Thank you, Gianna. That was very kind of you. Where is it?
In the
There it is.
YouTube,
I see it.
in YouTube live stream.
And I see another one. Oh, no, I don't.
No.
Just one. Okay, that's, hey.
Thank you, Gianna.
Thank you, Gianna. We appreciate that very much. Very much. And who's that? Oh, that's an alarm. Okay.
Okay, we got Niroj Kanti Shah.
All right, Niroj.
Rao Saheb Panda, Musader Vestige, affiliation earning in Bangladesh with us. These are all the folks in the YouTube live stream. Sheet Sangma, who's often with us, Sarita Jana, and we got Roy Davies. He's one of our moderators, as well as, of course, Michael Chada.
He's also one of our newest people on the community time. Thank you, Roy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
And Kushal Pegu as well is here. We have David Switzer. Hi, David.
In the house.
Yeah.
The Switzer guy.
Indian Crypto's here. We have Levi Mamabolo, Chandan Majumdar, Munir Hossein is here with us. And who else? David Otto. Hi, David Otto. Nice.
David Otto in the house. All right, David.
And we also have, let me go back, Chandan Majumdar. I think I got most of the folks in the chat. And then remember now, you can come on over to the OConnect webinar simply by clicking the OConnect attendee link, which is posted in the YouTube live stream at the top. It's pinned, so it's really easy for you to come in. I'd like to also say hello to our folks in the webinar itself, and I'm going to say hi to a few of them. We got Michael Morse here, Irena Stexala, Jillian Hanna, Greg Hill, John Varilla, JJB Tinman. We've got Sadananda Das, Lisa McBride, Irena Stexala. Gotta pause it. Sadananda, where was I? Melanie Marcano, hi, Henry Horn, all our regulars, Greg Hill, Carmela Schwartz, Angela Laland, Don Swihart. Awesome. We got, let me go back up here. We have Momodu Jalo here. Hi. Fern Lahaye is with us. Hi, Fern. We have Cynthia Deering. Hi.
Hello, Fern.
Dilip,
hello, Cynthia.
Dilip Mondal is here with us.
All right, Dilip.
We got Jillian. Oh, I said Jillian already. Jillian.
Anna.
Yeah. Gianna. He's on both sides.
All right.
Yeah. Gianna is with us. Greg Miller is here.
All right, Greg.
And hello to Armandine Jacketon. She says, thanks for all the updates, RobLynn.
That's what we do. That's how we handle it.
You're more than welcome. And we got, let me see if there's anybody else. Oh, Mohammed Chancho Ali's here. Welcome. Always with us, actually.
Yeah.
Pat Green is here.
Pat Green from sunny Kansas.
Yeah. Armin Hogue is here.
The Hoagster's in the house.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. Isabel Bailey.
IB is here.
Hi, Isabel. Oh, we also have Kamari Shrikant. Kamari Shrikant. Welcome, Kamari.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, and we have Bilash Ray here. He was also here last night. We have Babu Hainarotam Das, who's saying, hello, all founders. Welcome, good morning. That was, I think, the first name, too. Very long first name. That's just amazing. I think I got Richard Lamott. He says, starting to feel a little bit better. Thank goodness.
All right, Richard.
It's been
Little
a long
Ricky.
It's been a long haul for Richard.
Yep, we're prayers out to you, brother.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure. And Mark, same there, as well as Scott and Pat Parent. Of
We
course,
have Menachem
Robin
is
Noble.
here. He says, hello, my ONPASSIVE family. Menahim,
All right, Menachem
nice to have you here,
from
Menachem.
Israel, now I think residing in California for the time being.
Nice to have you with us. I think I've got everybody. I hope I did. I tried my best.
All right, sounds
no.
like a
Oh, here's one more. Madadi Shrima Narayan. Madadi is here. Welcome, Madadi. Did I say Greg Miller earlier?
you did.
Oh, okay. I think I caught mostly everybody then.
Well, all righty. Now, without further ado, it's 8:50. We were about 12 minutes late, so we're about on time with everything.
Yeah.
At this point, we'd like to explain a little bit about community time. What do you think?
Sure. Let me insert one more hello, and that is to Pedapali Aruna. I just see him
Ooh.
slip in there and say hello to everybody. Welcome.
Very nice, Peter.
And Piran Singh as well. Hi, Piran. Nice to have you with us as well. Okay.
All right. Now, without further ado, let's talk community time. Let's talk how we do it. First off, we need to bring people to the panel to make it a community.
And what is community time?
Community time is where anyone in the attendees list can join us on the panel. They know what the topic is, of course, AI and language, or language and AI. Any which way you want to roll it up, it's the same. And we'll bring people in one at a time. Please be sure to click on the icon at the bottom of your page there. On the first page, and that will either tell you how to do it or we'll do it for you. All right.
Yeah.
Are we ready to click the one and only?
So what we want you to do is, if you would like to see the panel and hear them well, you're going to have to come to the OConnect webinar. And again, the attendee link is posted in the YouTube live stream. It's pinned to the top, very easy to get. Otherwise, you're welcome to stay on YouTube. We're going to switch between this view and the view of the OConnect website. And the reason we switch to that is we want to bring in people to the panel, but not divulge their email addresses. So every time somebody wants to come in to the panel, we'll switch to the OConnect website. That's what the live stream viewers will see. Okay, but we'll try to switch back to the actual view of us. We'll do that on a regular basis.
All right, let's get after it.
So we're going to share the view tab. Yeah. View tab, onpassive.com. Okay, so that should share this tab instead. No. Share view tab. Okay, that should switch it over. Let's just wait for this. Oh, it switched already. Okay. So what we're going to do is show you the ticker that Michael Chada makes for us. And we use it every night to encourage people to come to the panel. And here it is. You can see it scrolling by. We make good use of that. Thank you very much, Michael. It says, to be a panelist, click the speaker request icon. And that's going to appear on the bottom panel where all your other buttons are. Amidst that is a person with some wavy lines around the head. That is the speaker request icon. I am going to now enable it, which means that you can come to the panel just by requesting that, by clicking that.
Easy peasy. So go ahead, will you?
Okay, we're enabling it now. So go ahead and ask to come to the panel.
And we've already got, it looks like, is that two already?
Well, that's me on the phone, and then Chris is always here.
All
right, so we got people coming in. We have John, JJB, Tin Man.
Come on in, John.
Next, we have Greg Hill.
Greg Hill in the house, the giftster.
We got Pat Green coming in.
Pat Green, Dorothy.
And we call her Dorothy because she's in Kansas.
That's right, she's in Kansas.
But her name is Pat Green.
Pat Green.
And we have Melanie Marcano, and we fondly call her Mel Mel. She's with us every night without fail. Next, we have Carmela Schwartz, who's in Israel.
Hello, Carmela. Hello, Greg. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, hello. And now we're bringing in Don Swihart.
All righty then.
And she usually brings along DL with her.
I believe that's probably going to be the duo for the night.
And we have Mohammed Ashraf Ansari, and I believe he actually met Francis Tay in Kolkata at the mega event. Isn't that right, Mohammed? I saw a picture of you and Francis. That's so cool.
All right, all right. Carmela's here. John's here. Mel's here. Mel is here. I promise you.
Yeah.
And so is
Cecil.
Greg and Cecil and Muhammad Ashrash Ansari is here. Chris Tiazone is here. Dorothy's here. John Barilla's here. The gang is picking up steam as we speak. So there's 9 of us here, plus Lynn. Lynn's here too. And it looks like Carmela's going to get things started. She's already got her hand up. Go ahead, Carmela.
Go, Carmela.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'm from my iPhone, not from my laptop today. And I won't open my camera. Is it okay with you?
Yes, of course.
That's okay. What are you telling us? You walking around naked or what?
I'm in bed.
Oh, you're in bed. All right, I got it. All right.
We're bringing David Otto in right now.
David Otto's coming aboard. Good
and
stuff.
Piran Singh is coming in.
Go ahead, Carmela.
So I want to tell everyone that I love you.
Oh,
Yeah, we love you right back.
this
Is that all you wanted to say?
No. I'm late. You know, I came into the YouTube first, and then I went to the OConnect, and I missed you. I can't miss that show. So I wake up in the middle of the night. What I can do? My body don't know something else now.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. We noticed you were on OES this morning.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Hello to you, sir. Glad you're here, Mr. Singh. Thank you.
Piran Singh is here.
From India. We're global, all right. Good stuff, sir. Thank you for being here. Let's see. That was Carmela. Were you done, or you got some more for Uncle Rob?
No, it's enough for now. I will speak later.
Okay, we'll count on that. So with her hand down, we well, nobody's hands are up. Here we go again. You're going to put it on Uncle Robbie, aren't you? All right, that's okay.
Do you see Cecil?
Cecil Weir, I don't see him yet. Did he come in?
Yeah, he did, but maybe
He may have to refresh and come in again.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're talking AI and language. Now, there were some early language AI things that we talked about tonight, but I don't think there's anything on the planet that's going to compare with ONPASSIVE's OConnect. OConnect will have the translation. First off, it's going to be what? Speech to text?
Speech to text.
And then it's going to be speech to speech, language translation. Ain't nobody got that.
That's going to be a game changer.
It really will, because if you go to some of these other places, oh, I got to go to Google Translate. Whoops, I got to go back. Oh, I got bumped off. Now I got to go back to.
Well,
Don't have that here.
Real time translation, just a little bit of a delay, but it's real fast. So, you know, I think all of us have had the experience of going to a webinar and it's in another language, and you say, "Drats, I wish I knew what they were saying." So now, can you imagine? You can hop onto the Bangladeshi ones, or the Indian ones, or the German ones, or the Pakistani ones, or the Singaporean ones. Oh, Singapore, they speak Singlish anyway. But you go to anything, you know, Italian. What else is there? Vietnamese, even the Hmong. I don't know if they'll do Hmong language, but I just can't wait, because the world opens up once you can understand various languages.
That's for sure.
Really exciting.
And you saw what tonight's question is with Ollie. How many different languages do you kids speak? I almost said smoke. That's like the gun trick.
Could be like, how many languages do you speak? Or maybe someone that you know well, maybe they speak a whole bunch of languages. You could share who that was. That speaks a bunch of languages. That would be cool too.
All righty, let's go to Mel. Mel.
Hello. Hi. So yes, RobLynn and everybody else here, I speak English. It's broken, but it's English. I can understand and I can speak it. I can also speak French and Creole French. And I know quite a bit of Spanish.
Of
I
what?
don't converse
Buenas
fully, but I
noches.
know a
Spanish.
bit of Spanish.
Noches.
Wow. That's good.
Yep.
So when did you pick those languages up? Tell us about it a little more.
Well, the other ones, Creole is that's my mother's language. Like we were not supposed to be speaking back in Creole French because it was thought to be rude. But when I came to Canada, I learned that from my aunts and the other people that I knew about. It was easy to catch because it's seasoned already, but we just couldn't talk it when we were home because they think that if you speak back in French, which was silly, like you would be rude or something.
Huh.
We used to get the knock on our heads when we speak back in French.
Wow.
Yeah, so these are the languages that I know, really and
All
truly.
right. French, English, and a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah,
Not too shabby, if I might say so.
yeah, and Creole French as well.
Creole French.
Thanks.
Is that very spicy or not spicy?
Creole is spicy, of course.
So the French is.
It's
Is it
Cajun
all
French.
wound up to me.
cayenne pepper, right? Cayenne?
Cayenne pepper,
Yeah, the spice.
like Cajun French, like New Orleans. New Orleans speak our type of Creole.
That
Yeah.
sounds
And
New Orleans. Let's
Yeah.
go to New Orleans. All right.
it's the same thing.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you. Appreciate
welcome.
that. And we'll be back to you, I'm sure, before the afternoon. Here we go again. Before the evening's over. Man, oh man, where'd you get this guy? All screwed up tonight. All right. Let's see who else wants to say hello and maybe say something. Where's Roy Davies? I thought he'd be here tonight. Maybe a little later.
Yeah. But again, languages, it doesn't have to be only how many languages do you speak, but talk about languages in general. Are you excited about the translate feature, the auto language translation feature coming up? Because I am. I can't wait.
And one other announcement, in case you have been following race cars, the Formula race cars are in St. Petersburg doing the, what do you call that? Not the marathon, where they run through They drive through the streets at over 120 miles an hour. That's pretty good stuff.
Wow.
And it was very noisy down there. I was down there yesterday, and you could hear these cars. They're that noisy a mile away, 2 miles away.
Wow.
So why can't I remember the name of that race? What they're
Formula
called?
something? Daytona?
No, not Daytona.
Formula something?
All right, what is it when they drive through the streets? Who knows? Somebody help me out here. Let's go to Greg Hill. I know he'll know. Go, Greg.
You got to unmute.
I'm sorry. Really, I was trying to write down something about, languages and AI. And then while you were talking, but I didn't catch it all, brother. You can smack me around if you want to.
No.
Oh, no, we don't do that here.
Okay. So, I didn't hear what you said. I wish that, could you repeat that so I could answer that, whatever it was you were saying?
Oh, about the race cars that they go through the streets where they cordon off the streets.
Uh-huh.
You know what that is? DL, do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think those are called Formula One races.
Right, they are Formula One, but there's something else, nomenclature of the actual race themselves through the streets.
John, do you know? John can Google it. Go, John.
Help me out here, somebody. Help me.
I tell you, you know what? He's right though. There is a name, but it is Formula One racing. That's the thing. But I know what you're going for, and I can't think of it either. But when I just Googled it, and what did they come up with? Formula One racing. That's what it's called.
There's a name for it where they
I think it's like this.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe-
it's a particular event. The name has a particular name. I'm gonna find it I'm gonna keep looking here.
Rob, is it drag racing? Is that the one?
No, not drag racing.
No?
That's a good guess.
Somebody
Good
in
guess.
Morocco?
the webinar chat can
Not
guess.
Morocco. They have one in Morocco.
Right.
Come on,
I
you
mean,
guys. some of you guys in the chat. There's a whole bunch of people in the webinar chat. They can take a guess too. Come on.
All right, go ahead, Greg. Now that we beat that one up.
Okay, well, I don't know where I'm going from this. Other than I don't say I speak any language well, but I do work at Japanese language because my wife is Japanese, and I was challenged when I was 40 by my niece who got her degree in Japanese and went to Japan and was on a special program for ESL and stuff. And so it intrigued me, and that's why I kind of got into that part of it. Plus, I was watching what our colleges was doing here, and they were ripping off the Japanese culture kids by having them come to America and charging them exorbitant amounts of money just to come for 10 days. So I started a program called HIS, Helping International Students, and I got into studying the Japanese culture and went to Skagit Valley College and took 2 semesters of Japanese, and also had homestays and those kind of things, and studied Japanese until I married my Japanese wife, who currently is 21 years. And so we have both languages that we speak in our home, kind of depending on when. She likes English more, of course, because she's in here, and I like Japanese as well, quite a bit, so I can understand when I'm going to go over there again. So, but there is a tool out now, and it has been out for a while, and you can actually hold it. In fact, today I was talking with Sister Fire on Fire Carmela in Israel. We call each other once in a while, and we talked this morning. It was fairly early this morning, or I think it was early. It was early for me. It was probably late for her. And we were talking about the tool and about how you can actually hold it up to somebody and say you're speaking, and they'll speak back to you, and they can hear your language and you can hear theirs. And there is a tool that does that. It is around. So how much we have advanced it in as far as tech wise with ONPASSIVE, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. That's going to be a really, really a big game changer, as I had posted basically on LinkedIn about the Tower of Babel, if anybody knows anything about that. And that's when God changed the language and set everybody off to the world differently so we don't speak. He was mad about trying to build a tower to heaven. So he changed the language and did a few things. Anyway, so now we have this language tool that's coming out from speech to speech. Holy smokies, can you imagine what kind of communication we're going to have? I only hope that it's good, but there'll be some of it not that good. But however, that's an awesome thing to be able to see that's coming up in the next few years, is our languages. We're going to be able to communicate with people, not just unbelievable for me.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg Hill.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back on track here. We'll go to DL, then Pat, and then back to Mel. Go ahead, DL.
Thanks, RobLynn. I just wanted to say that another name for the Formula One racing could be called circuit racing also. Mm-hmm. So that's another option to consider. As far as the languages go for computer, and I'll go back to what I said a few weeks back about the programming is the key to it, because the computer or the artificial intelligence can only feed on what the programmers feed it. So whether it's going to be good or bad, it's dependent on what that programmer is feeding as far as the biases go. Mm-hmm. But the language of most artificial intelligence now is what they call the natural language processing, which is the NLP, and that's able to understand it and generate. This is the key in my mind. The artificial intelligence can generate on its own language. That I find highly amazing. That's unreal. But mm-hmm. But it goes back to what you're talking about, the biases on the program itself, and it goes back again from what I believe, and I have a very basic understanding of it, is that whatever that programmer puts in, it's going to be, whether it's good or bad, that's what it's going to generate. So if it's biases, that's great. If not, then that's great too. But at least it's identifiable. Back to you, Rob.
All right. Back to you, Rob. Oh, I am Rob. Okay, before we go to Pat and then to Mel, Grand Prix is the race. Grand Prix.
I was just going to tell you that. I just looked it up. You're thinking of a specific in Monaco, in the French Riviera. It's the Grand Prix. But the general term for Formula One racing is actually as simple as this: street car racing. But what you were thinking of was the Grand Prix. And you beat me to it. I was just going to come and tell you.
Well, I'm young. I'm younger. That's why that happened. What am I, 6 months young? The reason I knew that, I kept thinking, and then I said, wait a minute, the race is here this weekend, and it's called the Grand Prix. So there you go. Formula One, as DL said, and Grand Prix. Grand Prix is the one they call St. Pete Grand Prix and Monte Carlo Grand Prix.
Wow.
So enough of me. Let's go to Pat.
And street circuit.
Street circuit, right. Hello, Pat.
Hello, everybody. The only language that I speak is English. I'm looking forward to us being able to learn some new languages and doing different things on the trainings that we're going to have available, and I'm looking forward to that. And the Davises one time took us to the Indianapolis, I think it's 500 or 5,000 or something like that. I was a teenager. But anyway, it was really nice to go to that. Now, that's not out on the street. That, was on a racetrack. When I saw those cars as fast as they were going, I don't know that I'd want to be around racing on the streets. I mean, they'd run over me. I'd be in trouble. I'm thinking all those people probably hide that day and don't do any walking across the street if that's the case. I don't know.
That's right.
120 miles an hour down the road, just,
Those cars are noisy. These Formula One cars are really noisy. Very loud.
Are they? Well, maybe that's an advantage. Everybody can get out of their way before they get there. I don't know.
Well, they have the streets, and then they have barricades, concrete barricades on both sides, so it's very safe. If somebody bumps into a barricade, these strong cement barricades, ain't nobody going through it or over it. So then they have steel fencing, steel grading, very high grade steel fencing going up about 12, 14 feet. So St. Pete Grand Prix. Yes, indeed.
Well, that would be interesting to see that. There's no chance getting ran over because they have to go through the concrete barriers. But I was just thinking, I think of animals and all that on the streets, and I thought somebody's going to get hurt, if you're flying down the road like that. But
You're right.
That's just me. I don't walk across the street very fast, so I guess it's a good lesson. So anyway.
All right, Dorothy. We're going over to Mel. We'll be back to you in a bit. Go ahead, Mel.
Thank you. I was looking at the apps on my cell phone on the Android, and I know ONPASSIVE is bringing on some apps, but we have a lot of apps where people can learn languages. We have one called MONDLY, Mondly, and it consists of 33 languages. There's all types of languages like Spanish, the American English and the British English and all of those other languages. We have another app called the Language app, where you speak up and it feeds you with whatever you're feeding it in the language that you want to speak. And it allows you to speak that language. So that's another way of learning language with AI. They're already there. We have Univerbal, and that's a tutor, language tutor. It's all in the apps. And you can practice everyday conversation with that AI conversation partner. There's another one called Memrise, where it says speak new language. So you learn to have conversation about the things that you're interested in. It allows you to speak it, like it's a recorder, and then, yeah, so there's many on the market already in apps. And that's pretty cool. But I don't see Latin, as DL had mentioned last time. I really want to learn that Latin language, which my mom and them knew, but it's not there. I searched and it's not there. And it's similar to Spanish. It's quite interesting, but it's not.
Yeah, the language, Latin language years ago, they called it a dead language because there's hardly anybody in the world ever that really speaks it anymore. The Romans and the Greeks mainly did the language for Latin primarily. But yeah, I mean, they consider it a dead language nowadays. But it'd be hard to find. But if I could run across it, Melanie, I'll definitely share it with you.
Yeah.
All right. Was that it, Mel, or should we move on?
You can move along, Rob.
All right, moving on. Like
done.
Ayush says, we're moving on, moving on,
Yeah.
moving on. Yes, Greg, go ahead.
Protocol, unmute. So I was just looking, does anybody know? I never knew this. I was just thinking, I wonder if they have a speech to sign language yet, and they already do. Did you know that, Cecil? How do I do that, Lynn?
Yes, he'll read it. He has captioning.
They have speech to, it's called Hand Talk app, and it's American Sign Language Translator. And then they have a multilingual speech to sign language translator as well, which is really interesting. I'd like to see that at work.
That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you could actually have one where you can speak to it and then hold it up to them, and they could see that the fingers move, because I can't move my fingers very well. So that would be pretty cool. You know, how are you doing, Cecil? And then hold it up, and then it would actually give the finger spelling. You know what I mean? So, but
they're working on a couple things, including the avatar that will be signing on OConnect, which is pretty special.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I don't know the time frame because it sounds like a very involved process in understanding the language, you know. So I don't think it'll come like right away, but long term we will definitely have it.
Yeah, I found these on just doing a Google search, and there's quite a few of them. I was surprised. Interesting anyway.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For sure. Well, that's about 9:16 here. I do want to remind everybody who lives in the United States, and then we'll go to you, John, and then Pat, that at 0200 hours tonight, that's when the clocks go ahead. There's several states in the United States that don't go ahead. Hello, Francis Tay. There are several states that don't go ahead. I think Arizona, Hawaii, and Indiana, parts of Indiana. Those for sure do not spring ahead or fall behind. So, but if you're on the East Coast, if you're in Canada, New York City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, California, all of California, and Washington State, I believe, get ready to spring ahead at 0200 hours, 2 a.m. So you will have more sunlight, and that's okay, I guess. A little more sunlight during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're going, let's see, we did Greg, and let's do John, and then we'll go back to Pat, if that's okay with everybody.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't speak any language fluently, not even English, but I do speak a little bit of a little Spanish. I took French 2 years or a year in high school, and I can speak phrases and I can understand when I'm listening to a bit, but I don't speak it fluently. And we're speaking of the dead language. When the Roman Catholics had their, am I getting a echo? Can you hear me? Okay.
You're audible. Go.
Okay. Anyway, when I was an altar boy, a long time ago, when the Catholics did their mass in Latin, I would speak that Latin that I would learn for the mass, so we could reply to the priest in prayers and such. And I took 2 years actually of Latin in high school. Speaking of a dead language, that but at any rate, it's the source of a lot of languages anyhow, even though it's not spoken much anymore. So I don't speak any of those languages fluently or well, but I have experienced them in various ways. And then what else was I going to say? I'm forgetting now. Oh, well, I can't remember, so I'll come back to me later. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. I was getting a whisper in the ear there. Let's go now. Let's move on over to Pat. Let's do it, Dorothy.
Well, Lynn, and I was thinking about, with the sign language, and I'm not as fluent with sign language as you are. What I know here. Did my hand get lowered? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I lowered your hand.
Good. Anyway, I was thinking, a few years ago, who ever thought that we would be on computers, that everybody would have their own personal computer, when before they were in whole rooms, they were huge networks, where you had to have a lot of machines and stuff. And now now we all have our own personal computers, and we're doing, this with OConnect, we're doing all of this. And who ever thought a few years ago we'd be doing all this? So it may come sooner than you think, with all the technology out there. And I'm excited about the sign language, being, where it's translated in front of you and you can talk to somebody in sign language back and that kind of thing. So that's exciting too, that's we may be surprised, because I'm sure there's people out there that just want to work on that and just want to do programs for that, so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the languages and all that. And I'm excited about learning a new language. And I would like to get to the point where I can carry on conversations in different languages, like French. I'm looking forward to that, so, but anyway, that's all I had to say. So I'll go ahead and mute and let somebody else talk.
Mute yourself up there, would you? Let's go now to DL and Dawn. Go ahead, folks.
Yeah, this is mainly for Melanie. I was doing some searching here, and actually I found an app that helps you speak Latin, Melanie, if you're interested, and I'll spell it for you. It's L as in Larry, E as in Echo, G as in Golf, E as in Echo, T as in, Tango, I as in India, B as in Bravo, U as in Uniform, S as in Sierra. So that's Legentivus. Legenibus, I believe is how you say it. But that's an app that will definitely help you with the Latin language. Back to you, Rob.
Man, wouldn't I look special going back to Benedictine Catholic military school speaking Latin to priests? Man, that'd be sharp. I failed Latin big time at Benedictine. I got first semester I took it, I flagged it big time, got an F. But you know what? It started making a little bit of sense to me in the second semester in my freshman year. And I wasn't fluent in it, but I understood what they were saying. And even though I wasn't of the Catholic religion, when we went to Mass at the school, because we had a chapel, I understood a few things. So, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Learn a little more. I like learning. Don't you? Mm-hmm. I know you do. All right, let's go to Roy Davies from Florida. What, do you got another hat on? I'm going to have to send you the Mad Hatter hat if you're going to keep changing hats on me, Roy. Go ahead and unmute, please. Roy, can you unmute? Roy Davies. Roy, are you able to unmute, brother? You did. Bring it.
Oh, there you go. There we go. Finally did.
So bring it, man. You're gonna have to. You might be
I got
on the East Coast.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing tonight? How's everybody?
We're good. And
yeah, I got a lot of these old crazy. Yeah, there's my camera now. Seems like my camera is because keep jumping in and out. Well, you still can hear me, can you, Rob?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, what I was saying, I got quite a few of these old crazy hats. I just like to wear hats and caps, and I don't know no languages other than English, but I know bits and pieces of 4 or 5 other languages. Like like bits and pieces, because in the fields where I work with 4 or 5 different nations of people, we just just learn bits and pieces of language. But it would be nice, to learn 2 or 3 other languages though. But at my age, I guess all that done passed by me now. I just have to stick with the English. And that's about all I got right now.
All right, Roy. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. How we doing on time? 9:25, 21:25. Not too shabby. Any other hands just yet?
My hand is already 1 hour and you don't see me?
No, we don't see
A, we don't see your camera, A, because you're in Betty Bye. And B, if we didn't see your hand, or I would have already called on you. Go ahead, Carmela.
I wanted to say I speak 2 languages, Hebrew and English.
Yay.
And
All right.
I speak a little bit French and a little bit Arabic.
Wow.
Ooh.
And I understand few words in Finnish.
Wow.
Well, I think you have an aptitude for language because I think you speak English quite well for the short amount of time you've been speaking English.
That's true.
You're remarkable.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Hi, John. John. Hi.
He didn't do a Rob, did he?
Yes, he did a Rob.
Did he do a dozer? All right.
Oh, he just.
Oh, he's exercising. I got it. Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to start saying. I'm going to start that too. Oh, my goodness. What a crazy thing we got.
I forgot to turn my mic on. Yeah, I was exercising. I was not sleeping.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's pretty nervy of Lynn to think you might be.
I just thought he was sleeping.
What say you there, Singapore? Francis, Sifu. How you doing?
You're unmuted.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You've had a busy day today, brother.
Busy day. I came in because the live stream cannot hear properly, so I better come in. It's so exciting to hear everyone sharing. Yeah? So I said I'd rather come in and join the fun.
Thanks for doing that.
Anyway, that's I think regarding the language translation or learning, the number of what you call it, languages you can find in the marketplace will be eventually the number of language AI will learn. Remember, the AI is a machine learning. If the people do not go and find new languages, then there will be the limit the AI have. Right? As long as we find the new languages in a certain country, then AI will learn to pick up the language. If you want to learn certain dialects, for example, right, if we input that into the computer or AI, then AI will learn. Right? So AI is limited by human being. Right? It's not, AI will not go and come up with a new language that even the human doesn't know how to speak. I think the translation, learning a new language. Already 10 years ago, I saw the Japanese have a mobile phone. When the tourists go to a certain place, they pick up the mobile phone to record the other party first, right? And then they listen to their own language. Then they reply back again, and then they just show it to the other party, the reply. So this is called the feedback. The feedback. So it's already 10 years ago, where a small gadget or apps already pick up the translation and the feedback. So I think ONPASSIVE, of course, we hear a lot. We don't know how it respond. Voice to voice communication and learning from what the Omedia is doing. That if we can have an instant translation, that means they use the chat box at the newsroom. Then the robot or the avatar or whatever person standing there can respond immediately without the human being responding. So if the machine can respond to the news of the world today, then it's really, really mind-blowing for us to have the so-called the product, whether is it inside OConnect or standalone as a voice AI, that is really blow everybody's mind. Okay, so I mean, when last time we used to travel to all the various places, there's a shop always sell this Belize. I don't know when you know. They sell this CD-ROM. If you want to learn Spanish, learn whatever country you go, you can go and buy the CD-ROM and learn the what you call it? They say the daily conversation language. But today we don't need to buy all these things. We just go to Google or whatever platform you have. Okay? And I also noticed Microsoft have a software called virtual language. That means now somebody in the it's like voice to voice. Somebody on the webinar could not speak English, right? And or like Indian community, when they speak Hindi, we are able to. I mean the voice Microsoft had this. The voice is able to translate that into the language that we want, voice to voice. But that one is slow, not the immediate. Okay? We have to go and what call it? You have to tap the certain button to translate it. So hopefully ONPASSIVE the voice to voice translation comes soon before other people catch up. Thank you, Rob.
All right. Thank you, Sifu Francis. And if you don't mind, I'd like to mention tomorrow, well, it's today in Singapore, but tomorrow for us, you'll be appearing, and where is that, Francis?
Oh, the Indian group, like the AI Internet Family groups.
All right. Are you a
10 p.m. So 9 a.m. your side, I think.
9 a.m. Okay, got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll be posting it in the back office, so check it out and come and join us.
We'll be there, Francis. Guarantee it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you for being here, brother. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's go to Greg Hill.
There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Rob. I was just doing some thinking about our languages because in school I hated English. I wished I would never have hated it. It's just that I was a man and I had more things to do at the time. I needed to learn how to build and make and do and create and not read a book. And that was I wish I knew English better. However, we have, the older I got, and with learning the Japanese language and still studying the Japanese language after 20 or about good 30 plus years. And I was thinking about, and when I did bring these kids over from Japan to my homestay program, and they wanted to be here and involved and enthralled with English and English speaking people in the family culture and American culture type thing. And I was thinking about idioms and slangs, and thinking about how our AI is going to react to idioms and slangs, because that's a game changer for AI. And I don't know if AI is going to be able to pick this stuff up, but it's the person that programs the AI to understand to make it work. So I'm wondering if they're doing that. Maybe Francis might know that, But it was kind of like, for an example, when we had a gal who right now she's came here. I helped her get through college and get her degree in hotel and restaurant management. She's back in Osaka, and in Osaka they speak what's called Osaka Ben, which is another style of Japanese language. It's kind of more guttural, as they would say, in Osaka, compared to there's 3 forms of politeness in Japanese language. So I remember one time telling her, and she had excellent skills for a girl that was only 19 years old and was studying English and came to America. And her father, who I had met, who was in his 60s, and he taught himself English, and I actually got to go over to Osaka and meet him, and he helped me in many ways when I was traveling through Japan many times. And I remember her saying to me, her name is Miwa Nakajima. In fact, I just saw her on LinkedIn, and she works for a big hotel and restaurant. She's the head of and does real well. But idioms and slangs, and I had said to her, well, just hold your pants on. Now, most people here know what that would mean, right? In Japanese, chotto matte kudasai, which means just a moment, please. Well, when I said that to her that day, I'll never forget it. She grabbed her pants and she thought they were falling down. And so the things that I think about as far as AI learning English and translating things and making translations, I wonder just how these kind of things are going to affect AI, because the English language and many languages, I'm sure for sure, have changed over the years. Doesn't matter what language you speak, but you're always changing something in the language. So our language is growing. I mean, remember as a kid saying the word, oh, that's neato. Neato? If you said that today, they go, what? And now the kids are saying some things and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Why would you say that word? And it's supposed to mean something. And so I just hope that in the future here that we're programming our AI to understand these idioms and slangs and different way things are said and spoke. If you're up south or you're down north or whatever it might be, if you have Japanese English or if you have, Philippine English, it's all different. And the AI, I wonder if AI is going to recognize these things or is being programmed to do that with the languages that we speak today. That's about it for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Greg. And your Japanese is pretty good there. I don't speak Japanese, but it seems like you spit it right out like it's second nature. So.
Well, since you're older than I am, domo arigato gozaimashita. And that's the most polite way I can say it. Because you're older than me.
I got that figured out. All right. All right, let's go to I think it was DL and then over to Francis. Go ahead, Francis. Hang on 1 second, DL. What was that, Francis? Give me 1 second. I think it was DL and then you. So give me a second if you don't mind. Go ahead, DL.
All right, thanks, Rob. I was just following up on what Greg was talking about, the different dialects, like down in Osaka, for example. I just learned a little bit of basic Japanese while I was over there, like konnichiwa, kumbawa, and ohayou gozaimasu, and, things like that. Just when you answer the telephone, you say mushi mushi and, things along those lines. So I was very basic what I learned, but I was able to pick up a little bit of it. But thanks, Greg. I appreciate it. You're doing well, actually. That's a hard language. But one of the things that I ran across when I was over there is that I had these 3 Japanese air traffic controllers from Naha down in Okinawa that called me up, and they did not understand English synonyms. Example is there, and there. There's 3 different spellings there, but they all have the same pronunciation. I had a heck of a time talking to these guys and explaining the difference between them. I finally got through to them about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, but they told me flat out, they said English is the hardest language in the world for them to learn. Back to you, Rob.
All right. Thank you, DL. Over to Francis. And Francis, I know you speak a couple of languages. Now you've added Hindi. Go ahead. Bring it.
Yeah. It's a it's such a joy. You know that since we have AI now as a virtual assistant, any language you can learn, but whether you have the patience or discipline to practice, you need to practice it. I just want to add on to what Brother Greg has said, is that in AI there is an algorithm feature in AI. So AI learn from what is needed at the situation and then adapt. Right. So like English have different type of English. Right? You go to US, you go to UK, especially the north of UK, the English you can't, So AI is built for that. It's built for adaptive. That's why we have, for example, we have our so-called search engine optimization by algorithm. The more consistent you are, the AI will love to help you to build your ranking. So likewise, in language so-called in AI, in language machine learning or virtual learning, they learn from whoever use them. If you use these apps or you use this software, then it does adapt to you, to your personality, to your body language. That's why we are going to have this sign language coming, right? If you came across the music AI, those in music arena, you can be a very bad singer, the worst in the world, but AI can make you a superstar. Just go through the voice and it make you a superstar singer. So it's adaptive to personalize to body language. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. That was good. Now, you speak English, obviously, and what is the language of Singapore? Singaporese or
Singlish?
Singlish. All right. So we got Singlish and English you speak. What's the other language you know?
Malay.
Now you're fluent in Malay, right?
Malaysia. You go to Malaysia.
Right. And you're fluent in Malay?
Yeah, I'm fluent. But not in written language. It's speaking.
Speaking?
Yeah.
All right. That is good stuff to hear. Was that everybody? I think it's about time we do a little bit of signing if Cecil's available. Wait a minute. Stand by one.
Can I say something about the Japanese language?
Well, sure.
I just wanted to say it's interesting because most Japanese, in fact, all Japanese, know how to read English. The funny thing of it is they don't know how to speak it, but they can read it. And so when you go to school and you graduate at 12th grade, you actually their reading capabilities are like a sophomore here in the United States. But they can read English. And I thought, well, if you can read it, can't you speak it? Well, no, they can't, but they can read it, which is kind of strange. Always thought it was kind of weird for me.
Well, all righty. Thank you, Greg. Are you ready for signing or not yet?
In a bit.
In a bit. All right. Then it's back to the panel. Here we go. All right. John, are you going to be singing tonight? I should ask that.
Yes, I am. I have I was kind of going back and forth. What should I sing? And I was going to try to. Well, I didn't learn the request from DL quick enough. But I am looking at Country Roads Take Me Home, the John Denver song. Hopefully I'm going to be able to find a good enough background in my range. The one I've got is a little bit, I have to work on it. But and then I was going back and forth between a good rock and roll song. I was going to do good old rock and roll, Pete Seeger thing. And then but the thing is, I've been wanting to do, and I had a request from somebody to do, and DL mentioned last night Ella Fitzgerald. Well, so I'm doing well, it's not her. She's not the only one that did it, but she really did a great version of Stormy weather. So that's what I'm going to do tonight because it's raining constantly here in New York. So I'm just going to do stormy weather because I'm tired of the rain, and it's a great song. So I'm going to do stormy weather in a little while.
All right, that sounds good to me. It stormed here yesterday, so I'm familiar with the stormy weather. We had flash flooding on the beaches, which wasn't very cool, but it's gone now. We got nothing but sunlight, so that's very good. Once again, I want to mention about the time change. I know I sound like a broken record, but the time change. Also want to mention about the, you ready?
Yeah.
You are? Okay. Time change, want to mention about Francis tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. And also want to mention about tomorrow is Heroes Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. Heroes, and they have the OTech Pros, Comfort, and others. And every now and then, Lynn and I are there. And Lynn's there all the time. And then tomorrow night, we'll be back at 8 o'clock. Rain or shine, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. If I'm sleeping, she'll wake me up. And we'll be here at 8 o'clock. So let's go to Mel before we go to signing.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Is it last night was the change, the clock going for, is it forward, back? When?
No, it's tonight after 2 at 2 a.m.
Okay, no wonder why I was confused, because this morning I jumped out of my bed thinking I had to work. I set my alarm for work. Then when I realized, okay, I didn't have to work, I said, okay, thank you, Lord. I jumped back into my bed.
Yeah,
And
that's
now
the way to do it. I'd have done it the same way.
You were
I may
mentioning
do it that way tonight.
Oh my God. When I know I have one more day to rest, I'm good. Thank you.
All right.
No, I was gonna say Latin. I forgot. I learned Latin, a bit of Latin when I was doing the medical lab. You know, the terminology, it's in Latin and it's in Greek. So I learned a bit of that as well. And also I did a 1-year ministry course and we learned in Latin and English. So I forgot. Yeah, that was exposed to us. Just wanted to say something.
All right.
Just wanted to speak.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
I needed to go another minute. Okay, well, I'll fill in, I guess. All right.
Anybody here know Pig Latin? You know that one?
Pig Latin? I know a little Pig Latin. I guess I do speak 2 languages.
See, I told you, Rob. No.
Who are you calling a pig? All
You
right.
speak Hebrew. You forgot?
I know some Hebrew. That's true.
Yiddish,
Yeah, I
you
forgot.
know? You know Yiddish?
Yiddish, I know too.
So
Pavolia.
you know.
Slow
I
down.
know you know. You even remember. You don't remember, you know, because you don't use it.
Well, I don't remember because I'm old and I'm getting dementia. I mean, I don't even know where I came.
No, you are not dementia yet. Thanks God.
I don't know. I was scrolling along and watching my prompter here because we used the prompter, and somewhere out of my head and mouth came the word gun. The gun was not written on the teleprompter. I have no idea why I said it. I had to back the bus up and start over again on that page.
There is an app which is making you train the brain every day for not getting dementia. It's very important. Like you training your muscle, you can train in your brain. And there is an app. Find
I'll
that
look it
app
up.
and start using it for 15 minutes every day. It will help you.
I think I'm going to have to start using John's technique of exercising sometimes because I don't know what it is about this second hour with RobLynn Live, but it's a dozer for me for some reason. At any rate, let's go back to Mel. Thank you, Carmela. Hebrew, Yiddish, Pig Latin. Wait a minute, I know 5 languages now. I know a little Spanish. I know French. 7 languages. Go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, my hand was up again. It got sticky up there. I didn't have to speak, Rob. But I just wanted to tell you, you better not say you're going to get dementia.
Well, I don't wish it on myself because I've dealt with it. All right. Well, I'll do my best.
No dementia.
Well, I'm probably the only one here on the panel that leaves his keys in the refrigerator by mistake. Has anybody else done that?
No, you are not the only one.
Oh, all right, Israel. I've left the keys. Oh, here's the real classic. Lock the trunk with the keys.
I know one woman who left her bag.
Say it again, Carmela. I was rudely interrupting.
One woman in my work, she said she left the bag inside the refrigerator.
Left what inside the fridge?
A small bag.
A bed?
Yes, wallet. The wallet.
Oh, a wallet. A wallet. Oh, I've done that. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with doing that. All right, before we go to signing, let's go to Pat. Go ahead, Pat. Bail me out, will you?
I will, Rob. When I was 19 and I was single, so I couldn't blame anybody else. I went to my refrigerator one day and I had put a bath towel in the refrigerator. Why? I don't know. I couldn't blame anybody else because nobody else had been in my house and I knew it was just me. But I thought, nah, we can't. I don't know why it's in there, but I'm going to take it out because I don't want to get into a cold bath towel.
I'll be right back. I didn't go anywhere. We're having a technical issue.
You want me to repeat that?
If you don't mind, that would be helpful. Could I have a little volume here? Thank you. Go ahead, Pat. Repeat.
What I started to say was, or what I said was, I went to my refrigerator one day. I was 19 and had my own place and was single. And I put a bath towel in the refrigerator. Don't ask me why. I just, it was there.
A bath towel in the refrigerator. Well, you may have me beat for that one.
And I thought, I don't want to leave that in there because it's cold, and I couldn't believe I did that. And I was only 19, so I know it wasn't Alzheimer's. Maybe I was just going nuts and didn't realize it.
Has anybody gone room to room and not realized why they were in the second room they went in? Has anybody done that? Come on, help me out.
Yeah, not only that, well, specifically, people do that all through their lives, but seniors tend to do it more. It's the thing where you walk through a doorway. It's actually, you go into another room and you go, why did I come in here? What am I doing here? And I read something that it has something to do with passing through an archway or a doorway that can distract your mind if you're an older person. I don't know if that is, baloney or not, but that I know exactly what you're saying because I find myself in my kitchen so many times and I go in there and I'm like, okay, why did I come in here? I have no idea. So that happens. Yeah, definitely.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. Anybody else done that? I'm stalling a little bit because
you are not alone, Rob. You are not alone.
Yeah, we all did that, Rob.
Oh, you all right? That's good. The gang's all here, and everybody's doing some of the similar stuff.
What about the coffee? The bottle of coffee. You're going to make a cup of coffee. You had the coffee in your hand. It was on the counter, and you're looking high and low for it. Then you look on the fridge. It's sitting there. Those things happen.
I got one I got to tell you, and it's just one of those things that happens. We have our systems, the things that we do. We kind of get to do the same thing every day. Every day I take my vitamins and I take my meds that I'm supposed to take, blah, blah, blah. So tonight I went, oh, criminy, I forgot to take my vitamins. So I grab a cup, and I like to take my vitamins with a little bit of milk. Not much, but a little bit. So my wife's watching TV. I grab the cup. I come into my office. I get all my vitamins. I put them in my cup. I go over to the counter. I set the cup down on the counter. I get into the refrigerator. I grab the milk, and I pour the milk in the cup. I went, uh-oh. I forgot to take the pills out of the cup first. So I drank the vitamin and the milk together. Anyway, see, those kind of things happen. I was supposed to take the vitamins out of the cup first. I poured the milk in there and drank it.
Sometimes we are confusing.
Yes, we
Our
are.
mind in another place and we do something else. That's how it happened.
If you can't laugh about it, then you're in trouble.
You know, that may be the sign of a genius, too. That's what I'm thinking. You got so much going through your head. I'm just trying to figure out why I do it. Not that I'm a genius, but that going into one room, like I'll go into the office here at home and I'll say, well, I know I came in here for something. I don't use that printer anymore. Why am I here? So in the meantime, Ollie comes in there and he just stands there thinking, well, you never walk in this room. So amazing stuff. And I think Miss Nakamoto may be ready. We've gotten rid of the technical issue.
Cecil to teach. Ready, Cecil? Okay, he says yes. So I'm going to just read out what he's going to be teaching. So he'll be teaching just a few signs tonight. He's going to be teaching tests, verify, prove, ID, driver's license, passport, certificate, and tickets. His signs may be a little bit different. You know, he's from Canada, so there's some variation in signs. But let's go back to the side view so he can start teaching us. And make sure you scroll up and down until you see Chris, okay? Ready, Cecil? Okay, look for Cecil. Move your cursor up and down till you see him.
There he is.
Yay. You guys all see him, right? Okay, good. Ready.
Ready.
Ready? Okay, good. This, I test. Test. Different test signs than I know. I test. Or test. Yeah, I know that sign. Test. I test. Verify or analyze. To analyze. Verify, analyze. Proof. Analyze or verify and proof. He's using the letter P. Either way, P or flat N. Proof. Okay, ID. Letter I on the palm. Driver's license. Driver's license. Passport. This is a stamp, you know, the Visa stamp. Yeah, stamp. Passport. Certificate with the letter C. Certificate.
All right.
Certificate. And ticket. The shape fingers going here. Ticket. Speeding ticket. If you speed, you get a ticket. Ha. He says, okay, very good. Okay, let's go back to the gallery view so everybody can sign and Cecil can watch us sign. So let's go to gallery view.
Let's review.
All right. Okay, that's I test. I test. Or test this way. Either way, this way or test. Verify, or also synonym would be analyze. And this is proof. Verify, proof. Verify, so either one. Two sides. Proof. ID, the letter I on your palm, ID. Driver's license. Driver's license. Driver's license. Okay.
Passport.
Passport. Passport. Certificate. 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 And ticket. Ticket. Yay, he's clapping for us. Yay. Great. Good job, everybody. Awesome. Thank you, Cecil. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Well, alrighty. I think it's time we move on over. And Chris Tiazone, did you want to say anything, Tarzan? Before we go to John?
I messaged you, Chris. I messaged you, Chris, if you can read your messenger.
Okay. None so far, Rob. My virtual background just speaks for itself.
Yeah, it does, man.
It says everything. Thank you.
Yeah, Xiao, hello, kamusta? So yeah, I'm actively listening in the background while doing multitasking. Okay, bye. Not yet bye. I'm gonna listen to John's song.
All right, okay. Mr. Barilla, the barrister, the baritone, come see us, brother. Where are you?
Okay. Actually, I was not sleeping earlier, but I am very tired. I had like 2 hours sleep last night. One of our friends here, RobLynn Livers, kept me up all night talking to me. Anyway, but I'm fine. I am a little tired, but I was not sleeping. I was bending my neck back. Okay. So anyway, I already told you about. I'm working on a couple of things. I want to try to get DL's request. I at least found the song today, and I have to make sure I get the right background, because that's an important thing. For example, when I choose my song for tonight, and I was going back and forth. Do I want to do a rock and roll? Do I want to do kind of a blues? Well, I want to do the stormy weather. It's because it's raining like crazy and it's storming. But I had many choices because the song has been done by a lot of artists. So I found a background that is in the style of Ella Fitzgerald, because we mentioned her. DL mentioned her last night. And I did some songs. I've done songs with Ella. I love Ella Fitzgerald. So the only thing about it is this orchestration, this music, is the kind of background that she would have sung the song to. So that's that. And so this is Stormy Weather. And here we go. Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my girl and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time. Life is bad, gloom and misery everywhere, stormy weather since my gal and I ain't together. Keeps raining all of the time, keeps raining all of the time. When she went away, the blues came in and met me. If she stays away, old rocking chair's gonna get me. All I do is pray, the Lord above gonna let me walk in the sun once more. Can't go on, all I had a life is gone. Stormy weather, since my gal and I ain't together. Keeps raining all of the time. The time keeps raining all of the time. All I had in life is gone. Stormy weather, since my gal and I ain't together. Raining all of the time. The time keeps raining all of the
Ah, Johnny. Very nice, John. Very nice. Very good, very good, very good. How we doing? Roy Davies. Roy, you've been buffering all night. Did you try refreshing? Roy, unmute, please, if you can.
He's buffering, so may not be able to.
Okay, sounds like he can't hear us or see us. So we're about to call it a night. Does anybody else want to go ahead to yell and Dawn?
I just wanted to say something to Pat. My son has been stationed in Texas. He's in the Army. He's been in, oh gosh, many years now, but he was getting tired of the hot weather, and he's in Kansas, him and his family, and he loves it in Kansas. He said the weather, he's in Junction City. Yeah, Junction City, at the Army base there. But he's loving the Kansas weather. He said it kind of reminds him of back home in Michigan. So I just wanted to tell you how much he's enjoying Kansas.
Yeah, I just want to jump in too, but Greg Hill, those the school kids over there in Japan, they all wear like uniforms. I've seen it everywhere. They're just,
Yes.
it doesn't matter what age they have uniforms. I'm just kind of curious to John Barilla too. My aunts went to Wheeling Central. They were Catholic, and they wore uniforms also. I was just kind of curious if John did it at Steubenville Central.
Yeah, we Steubenville Central went to, and the girls wore really wore uniforms. They all looked the same. They had little blazers and little skirts or whatever, a white blouse thing. And the boys, we had to wear dress pants and a shirt and a tie. So we didn't have like the same exact clothes, but we had to wear a shirt and a tie and dress pants. So that was kind of a uniform, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. I suspected that was the case, but I just wanted to confirm it with you. So go Crusaders.
And I wanted to say thank you very much, John Barilla. I'm sorry I missed him 16 tons. Dang. So I wanted to hear you do that one. But
I'll repeat it. You know, I'll repeat some songs, especially ones that people liked or they mentioned. As I go along, I'm going to repeat some songs because some of the songs I've sung, they're great songs. I love the song so much. I want to do it again, but I'll wait a little while because I just sang it. But hopefully you'll be here the night that I repeat it.
I hope I am too. And I wanted to also thank Cecil because I enjoyed the when he was singing, John, he was signing the song, which was really nice. And I thought it was really cool to see that. And thank you so much, Cecil. I think I got your name down. C-E-C-I-L, right?
Do it again. He wasn't watching.
Oh, C-E-C-I-L, right?
Oh, yeah. Look at you go.
Well, I'm kind of pulling back some of this stuff when we were kids. Like I said, my sister did sign language for 41 years. She was a translator and taught me in college. So as kids, we used to practice the ABCD. We could do the fastest and be done. And so but I can hardly do it what I got now left. It's fun though. I sure enjoy it. It's more fun to be able to actually do the signs instead of just the finger language. I know it's part of ASL, but the signing part is something I never really got into. I got into the finger part, and I'm starting to remember it all. And it's just harder to do.
Okay.
I had a great time. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, Greg, thanks. Appreciate it.
I guess I'm unmuted.
Roy, you're back. You're back. Roy, you must have refreshed.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Roy.
RobLynn, I got a little situation. Maybe Francis Tay or either Chris Chisholm can help me out when OConnect go live. What I have is I have a lady from the Philippines. She signed up with me as a customer, but she don't understand. She can understand English some, but not good enough to, subscribe and stuff to the OConnect. How she got to sign up through the OES was I found a little video clip from Marty DeGamo, sharing his screen, showing her how to do it, but she had to get her nephew, and her nephew was real young. So I guess the younger people over there in the Philippines know more about computers than she does. So he had tried to do that. So when OConnect go live, if I could, get in contact with Francis Tay or either Chris Chisholm, maybe they could help me out with that. Maybe I can get her like a little video screen showing her how to do the OConnect and stuff when they do come live.
I'm sure we can do
So
that.
I can get her on the road. Yeah.
Roy, which language is it? Roy, which language is your friend?
Filipino.
Chris.
And I can't speak Filipino. I can't speak Filipino, so
we'll try to hook.
We'll make sure we get her hooked up with
him or her up in OES classroom. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she in the OES system. Yeah.
Yeah, Roy. By the way, the website or the OES inside the OES, there is also the language translation. You can go to the top right hand side, change the whole website into Tagalog. Huh? Yeah. You follow?
All right.
Oh, you're muted again, Roy. You gotta unmute.
Roy, unmute, please. Unmute if you can, Roy.
You need to unmute. Click the button. I think he's having trouble with that. Might have
I thought the host can also unmute for them. Cannot? Lynn?
No, it's blocked.
It's not.
Yeah, has that circle with the line through it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Anyway, Roy, if you can hear us, you can go to the top right-hand side of the website or the OES, and you go and select Filipino. Right? It's your dialects, the language, Filipino, and the whole thing changed to Filipino or Tagalog. Thank you.
Thanks, Roy.
All right. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, everybody here tonight. Those of you who are not on screen, if you could pull yourself up on screen, we'd like to do a screenshot, a picture, so we can post it. But first, let's go to Dorothy. Go ahead, Dorothy.
Don, I just wanted to say thank you for sharing that about your family. Kansas has got a variety of weather. Some of it I like better than others, but it's better than Phoenix, because Phoenix is hotter all the time, to me. living in Kansas. So I know what you're saying. I do like Kansas. There are times when it snows and I can't get out in it, but I do like it. It's pretty to look at, So I know what you're saying. And thank you for sharing that with me about your family.
Yeah, when they had a little bit of snowfall here, a few weeks ago, I think they've been in Kansas maybe a month now, but the kids were so tickled. I mean, they just to have snow. It was a little bit, but they really enjoyed it. So I think they're going to have fun in Kansas.
That's good.
Sure. That's
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
I just wanted to make a request of John Brill again. Sorry, John, but that day that we had the tornado here in Ohio, we missed when you sang "Singing in the Rain."
Oh,
That's one of Don's favorites.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. I'll definitely be repeating that as well. I just got to remember to make sure it's when I do it the night I'm going to do it. I'll have to make sure I can have another one, because if you folks don't happen to be there that night, or if I'll do it. Don't worry. For everybody that wants a repeat, they'll be coming. Especially with the really good songs like "Singing in the Rain," sure, and 16 Tons. I'm kind of surprised. I got such good reaction from 16 Tons. And I thought, 16 Tons, Tennessee Ernie Ford. But people loved that song that night. I'm just like, well, so I will definitely repeat both of those. Don't worry about it. Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate that, John, because that's one of Don's favorites. Thank you much.
Well, and it's fun to sing, too. I mean, I all but would love to get up and start jumping around and dancing while I'm singing,
All right, we're going to go ahead and do a screenshot. So everybody remember a sign you want to show out there. Is that driver license or certificate? Driver license.
Driver license, or what else? Driver's license. And another.
All right, here we go.
Analyze. What else was there?
Okay, Carmela's still in bed. Muhammad Ashraf. Ansari, come on.
ID was one.
Roy Davies.
Passport. Tickets. Anything. Or I love you. It's always a good one. I love you. Ticket. All right. Oh, Gianna's back.
Gianna in the house.
Mohammed Ashraf, if you want to come on the screen. Carmela, if you want to, up to you. Roy Davies. And who else? That's it.
All right.
Last call.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Driving.
We need to get in. It's kind of tiny little.
That's why I need to be on the other computer.
Do the picture without me tonight. Sorry.
Okay.
That's okay. No problem at all.
Okay, so let me try taking. Oh, there. Okay, this is a little better. Okay, let's do that one.
Now I'm going to do Amen
Can
again.
you do 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3. That was a good one there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a keeper. I think Cecil was doing driving, right?
Yeah. So these photos will go into our group, our RobLynn Live group. You can retrieve it there. Alrighty. Once I crop them, I'll post them.
All right. We're going to say good night to all of you. There's a few people in the chat you'd like to say thank you to, right?
Just thank in general.
Okay, we'd like to thank everyone that was in the chat. We hovered at 70, 68 to 70. We're down to 54 plus who's on the live streaming. So we thank everybody for being here. Thank all the comments. It was a good topic tonight, talking language. And I really, geez, I found out I know 7 languages. That's terrific. So I learned something. Don't talk to me in those languages, though. At any rate, we'd like to say again, thank you. And salute to all military veterans. Salute to all active duty military. And salute to all first responders. Thank you very much. And thank you to you guys. Let's unmute and say farewell.
Good.
Good night,
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Love you all. Love you
all.
all.
Bye, Frankie.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye, Nandi.
Good night, Andy.
Good night.
Patty.
Love you.
Good
Bye
night,
bye.
Chris.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Love you.
One
Love you all.
On three. Here we go.
Sifu, bye bye. See you.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
See you later. Bye. See y'all.
Ashok just popped in, so I brought him in. How are you, Ashok? We're about
Sifu, bye bye. Good morning. Bye bye.
Good night, everybody.
Ashok,
there's
thanks for being here.
Hi,
Hi,
Ashok.
Ashok. Hi, Ashok.
Just in time.
All right, thanks again, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Don't forget Heroes tomorrow.
Okay, let's take one more.
Yes, right. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
One more picture, you guys.
Yeah, hang in there, Ashok. One more picture.
Ready?
Here we
1,
go.
2, 3, now.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, wait. No, I did it wrong. Sorry.
Oh.
The toggles look wrong. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3, now. Oh, changed again.
One more. Here we go.
Wait. Sorry, it changes. You know how the panels shift? The shape of the panel shift, right?
Okay.
It's okay. I think that's the best we can do. That's fine. Night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks for
Bye.
being here.
Good night.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.